Alarming trail cam findings that will leave you bewildered. Are you ready to uncover the eerie, the spine-tingling, and the downright alarming? Today, we've got trail cam findings that are guaranteed to leave you utterly bewildered. From something so spooky in a mart that it'll make your skin crawl, to an absolutely horrifying sight in a hotel that's impossible to explain. We've got it all, and let's not forget the sheer chaos captured in some of these clips. Brace yourselves for an unnerving journey into the uncanny and the unexpected. Stay tuned and be prepared. You're not going to believe your eyes. Something spooky in the mart. A normal day had passed. An elderly man was doing his weekly shopping at the supermarket when the boxes he was weighing began to topple over. He nervously glanced around, but saw no one else nearby. He became concerned when he noticed that the boxes weren't being dropped from anywhere in particular. He took a few steps back, but the shipments of boxes never stopped coming. He attempted to flee, but the onrushing boxes forced him to turn back. He was trying to outrun the onslaught of boxes, but they were falling on him like rain. The elderly man trembled in fear. He desperately needed assistance, but was trapped by the stacks of boxes. He sank to the floor, shaking with terror, and the boxes kept coming. A voice startled him, and he looked up to see a shadowy figure approaching. The figure was towering over the old man, and its cold eyes seemed to burn into him. In a low, raspy voice, the figure indicated him and said, "You should have stayed at home." An evil presence had made itself known to the old man, and he realized he was being watched in the market. As he retreated in terror, the mysterious figure and the boxes vanished. The elderly man fled the supermarket and was never seen again. Horror and hotel. Both starts with the letter H. That's logical. Now, can you explain this one? There is something in the hotel. It was late at night and hazy outside, but the hotel manager still made his rounds. He had worked at the hotel for a long time and was accustomed to performing his inspections independently. The hotel manager walked silently through the halls and up to the top floor. He cautiously examined each room for signs of tampering or disturbance as he entered. Everything appeared to be in order until he entered the last chamber. The manager felt an unexplainable chill as he entered the building. He advanced slowly, his eyes searching the room for any potential threats. Then, out of the corner of his ear, he heard a loud creaking sound. His heart was thumping in his chest as he cautiously made his way toward the noise. Just as he rounded the bend, he caught sight of a ghostly figure, its eyes glowing eerily in the darkness. The manager was paralyzed with shock and could do nothing. The apparition glided slowly toward him, staring steadily into his eyes. He tried to yell out, but no sound came out of him. A loud bang sounded just as the ghost reached out to touch the manager, and then it was gone. Afraid beyond belief, the manager bolted from the room and down the stairs. He was relieved to be back in the hotel lobby, but the terror he had experienced that night would stay with him forever. Get ready for the story of the Fresno Nightcrawler in our next clip. The story of the Fresno Nightcrawler has garnered international attention. A grainy video of what looks like plants stumbling across grass was all it took for the clip to go viral and gain widespread attention. Due to its developing ubiquity on the web, the cryptid, characterized as a creature that is said to exist in the wild yet has not been confirmed to do so, has joined the positions of other amazing animals like Bigfoot, the Mothman, and the Loch Ness Beast. Even though it's not as well known as the others, the Nightcrawler has managed to win over the attention of online pop culture. People interested in the mysterious and outlandish, as well as creative types like writers and artists, have been inspired by the Fresno Nightcrawler. Stickers, plush toys, animations, keychains, and other merchandise bearing the monster's likeness have also been produced. These tales add to the growing body of urban legends about the monster. Even though it took the Fresno Nightcrawler over a decade to gain widespread recognition in the setting where the story began, the locals have come around to accepting him as the story's protagonist. Paranormal investigator Victor Camacho was contacted by Univision TV in 2007 after a man named Jose from Fresno brought footage from a security camera on his front lawn. The story of the Fresno Nightcrawler starts right here. Jose was alarmed and wanted an explanation for what was happening. Two white people with extraordinarily long legs can be seen walking through Yosemite Lakes Park in another video from the same year, 2011. These two videos sparked increased interest in the cryptid, which in turn inspired other YouTube creators to discuss and demonstrate the mythology of the digital age. Sightings of the Fresno Nightcrawler have increased in recent years, and the creature has also begun to appear more frequently in artwork and merchandise. Want to see some chaos? Look at this. Chaos in the corporate workplace. There was complete silence. The office was deserted. There was no one around to see the supernatural occurrences that were about to take place. The cameras picked up some suspicious movement just then. There was a commotion in the office as people shuffled chairs, blinked at their screens, rummaged through drawers, and tossed papers around. There was a mysterious knocking at the door and the feeling of an unseen presence. With his heart racing, the security guard hurried to the command center. The guard was frozen with fear. He followed the figure as it frantically made its way around the office. After that, it vanished suddenly. The guard was left trembling after witnessing the shocking scene. There was no question in his mind that a supernatural entity had spent the night in the office. He prayed he would never be put in that position again. Next clip, we have a girl whose face was something else. The young lady sat in the lobby without anyone else, encompassed by the spooky quietness of the evening. Out of nowhere, she became mindful of a sound, a weak squeaking that seemed to start from the walls. Her heart was dashing, and her eyes were shooting around the room as she shouted an alarm. There was a sudden, seemingly random movement of a chair in the hallway's corner. With a scream and a leap to safety, the girl fled her perilous situation. She attempted to flee, but as she did, all the furniture in the room started to creep toward the exit. The girl let out another terrified scream as she realized she was hopelessly trapped. As she watched in horror, the furniture in the room started to move with increasing velocity toward the exit. She attempted to leap far removed. However, the seats recently continued to come until she was struck by one and drew back in anguish. The girl passed out, her mind forever scarred by the trauma of the events she had just witnessed. She had never felt so close to death until the chairs and tables began to move toward her. Last but not least, a mountain lion. On the evening of February 4th, a woman's screams may have scared off a mountain lion saving her puppy. Fox 31 Denver released the video, which was recorded by a camera placed at the woman's security door. In the footage, a woman in Boulder, Colorado, who has not been identified, can be seen and heard screaming in terror as a mountain lion pursues her 25-pound dog in the backyard. The house is situated in a mountainous area. The dog howled and ran around the yard excitedly after being let out of the house to do its business. The surveillance footage shows the exact moment the lion enters the yard and begins chasing the dog. As soon as she heard the commotion, the homeowner ran out of the house and began yelling at the large cat and trying to lure it away from her dog. In the end, she was able to accomplish both of these goals. While trying to get it to leave her dog alone, so she could pet him, she did this. The woman is making a concerted effort to catch her dog and bring it inside, but her cat is taken off in the opposite direction. There have been 3 reports of mountain lion attacks on dogs in Colorado since the middle of January. These assaults happened at different times and places. The 3 events occurred in roughly the same area. Each of these assaults has happened close to others. 2 of the canine companions did not survive the ordeal. And that brings us to the end of the video. Subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.